Central Command confirmed today the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier strike group has entered the Middle East region. CENTCOM posted these pictures on X saying the USS Lincoln is in the region.
In January 2026, the USS Abraham Lincoln was conducting routine exercises in the South China Sea. Then an urgent call came in, ordering the carrier to race across oceans to the Persian Gulf. What prompted this sudden shift from the Pacific to the volatile Middle East? Something was unfolding that required immediate action.
The USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier strike group is moving closer to Iran this morning. In a social media post, U.S. Central Command said the deployment to the Middle East region was to, quote, promote regional security and stability.
And the Lincoln was America's strategic asset. But why was this particular carrier chosen? What made it the Pentagon's go-to response in a high-stakes crisis? The answers reveal a critical mission that would reshape global security. The urgency behind the sprint. January 8, 2026, began like any other day for the USS Abraham Lincoln, conducting live-fire exercises in the South China Sea. Precision strikes, missile simulations, and routine drills filled the hours as the carrier cruised through familiar waters. Then an urgent encrypted call cracked across the compact fleet's secure line, summoning the Lincoln to a radically different mission far beyond the Pacific horizon. Packing up immediately, the crew was ordered to sprint, navigate thousands of miles to the Persian Gulf without delay. This sudden redeployment was no routine rotation. Washington faced a geopolitical crisis demanding immediate action. The Middle East was simmering on the edge of chaos, and the Pentagon's map revealed a stark problem. Other carriers were unavailable or poorly positioned. USS George Washington, stationed in Japan, was too distant. USS Theodore Roosevelt had just completed maintenance and was technically ready, but not selected. USS Gerald R. Ford, the Navy's newest and most advanced carrier, remained tied up in a tense standoff off Venezuela. So why Lincoln? What made this particular ship the Pentagon's choice for a crisis about to erupt? It came down to the unique blend of cutting-edge capability and proven operational performance, tailored precisely for the challenge posed by Iran's air defenses. The increasing tensions in the Persian Gulf required a carrier strike group capable of launching a decisive day-one strike, breaking through sophisticated enemy radar nets and neutralizing missile threats before they could even be launched. While other carriers might offer numbers or prestige, the Lincoln's fleet offered something far more valuable: a combat-ready Airwing equipped with the stealthy F-35C Lightning II and integrated electronic warfare systems. This combination was crucial. It wasn't just a question of folding wings on a flight deck or counting hulls at sea. It was about delivering dominance when and where it mattered most, right at the start of a conflict that could shape global oil markets and stability for years. The battle for control over the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz and their oil resources created international consequences because they transported millions of barrels of oil, which supplied power to economies across the globe. The Iranian government would gain more authority over anti-access/area denial operations because of any military errors or insufficient operational forces, which would result in blocking global trade movement and starting international warfare. The speed of the Lincoln's sprints and its deck power accuracy provided the solutions to the problem. The need to understand this urgent situation correctly requires us to examine the situation that caused Lincoln to become an essential asset for battle operations. The Persian Gulf ship represented all the resources that had been dedicated during multiple decades of research and development efforts until they achieved results through the creation of a ship that matched their specific operational needs. The naval strategy for that day became evident through the entire ship journey, which lasted from 1989 to 2026, because it showed how operational changes affected military strategy. The Lincoln functioned as the sole option that had sufficient capacity to handle the upcoming events. The carrier's story of transformation and modernization reveals how technology and tactical evolution meet real-world demands in high-stakes environments. USS Abraham Lincoln's transformation. USS Abraham Lincoln was commissioned as the fifth ship in the Nimitz-class carriers in 1989, a symbol of American naval power during the late Cold War. For decades, its motto, "Shall not perish," was more than decoration. It was a commitment to endurance and mission readiness. Yet the ship arriving in 2026 is far removed from its original design. Between 2013 and 2017, the Navy invested over $3 billion in a refueling and complex overhaul, a monumental effort that rebuilt the carrier almost from the keel up. This 4-year dry dock process was transformational. Nuclear reactors were replaced with new generation cores, providing reliable, unlimited power. Every one of the ship's electrical systems was upgraded, swapping out aging copper wiring for state-of-the-art fiber optics to boost communication speed and resilience. Even the sensors and radar suites were replaced or enhanced, integrating technologies that were science fiction when Lincoln first launched. The most important modification occurred when the airline started to operate the F-35C Lightning II stealth fighter. The F-35C requires special jet blast deflectors, which need extra strength because its exhaust produces greater heat and shock than earlier military aircraft. The ship's advanced classified briefing rooms and digital systems were built into the hull to create operational stealth capabilities that older carriers cannot achieve. The operational capacity of Lincoln's Airwing reached its maximum potential through optimization, which allowed for fast deployment. The project transformed from a simple renovation into a complete rebirth of the building. The steel structure of 50,000 tons achieved fifth-generation capabilities through the combination of established carrier designs and advanced stealth and networked warfare technologies. The new design of Lincoln enables the ship to address threats that only this Nimitz-class carrier can handle, thus establishing its importance for future Navy strategic operations. The major system transformation establishes new mission requirements because it provides service life extension. The Lincoln system acquired the capability to launch stealth fighters while establishing itself as a digital command hub for operations in contested areas. The ship achieved the ability to process live sensor data while conducting electronic warfare operations and coordinating precision strikes. The transformation created a carrier that could penetrate enemy radar systems while enduring missile attacks and delivering critical offensive capabilities during the tense geopolitical battle of 2026. The Lincoln served as America's central response asset because it provided operational capabilities that no other carrier in the fleet could offer based on its established track record of operational efficiency. The extensive rebuild set the stage for the carrier's next test: actual combat performance in missile-intercepted strikes, proving technology can meet reality head-on. Combat proven and ready. Less than 2 years before the sprint to the Persian Gulf, USS Abraham Lincoln's crew faced real missile threats off the Red Sea. Iranian-backed Houthi forces launched multiple anti-ship ballistic missiles targeting commercial vessels, and this was no simulation. Real warheads, live threats, and devastating potential fallout tested the carrier strike group's readiness under fire. Lincoln's air defenses responded decisively, shooting down these missiles with multiple successful intercepts. This combat experience was crucial. It validated the carrier's fully integrated defensive systems, showing crew and command that they could face and neutralize high-speed ballistic missile attacks in complex environments. It was the type of threat anticipated in future conflicts in the Persian Gulf, providing the Pentagon confidence in Lincoln's ability to protect itself and allied shipping lanes under serious attack. The interceptor's success was not only about hardware, it was about the crew's endurance and expertise. Operating flight decks, radar systems, and missile defenses under real combat conditions requires flawless coordination, precision timing, and mental resilience, skills honed through years of sustained deployment. The Lincoln had proved it could function at 100% combat readiness for prolonged periods, maintaining round-the-clock flight operations with no loss of capability. This resilience was unparalleled. During 2020, the Lincoln spent 295 consecutive days at sea without a port call or extended maintenance, maintaining maximum operational tempo. Compared to other carriers, whose deployments typically last only a few months, Lincoln's endurance redefined what sustained naval dominance meant in practice. This record was as much a demonstration of will as it was technology. Powered by 2 Westinghouse nuclear reactors, Lincoln's speed and range are effectively unlimited, allowing it to cover nearly 4,500 nautical miles in just over a week without refueling. This meant the sprint from the South China Sea to the Persian Gulf, an epic redeployment spanning thousands of miles, was well within the ship's capabilities. Supporting that physical endurance was the carrier's formidable Airwing. Carrier Airwing 9 included 75 aircraft, centered on Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 314, the Black Knights, who flew 10 F-35C stealth fighters. This modern strike capability, combined with combat-tested defenses, created a lethal, balanced force. Lincoln's combination of combat experience, technological upgrade, and relentless operational tempo made it the only carrier ready to face the acute threats looming in the Persian Gulf that January. It wasn't just about numbers or firepower. It was about trust in a proven warship and crew prepared for the moment of crisis. The decision to deploy Lincoln was a calculated move blending technology, readiness, and experience, setting the tone for the complex air and missile warfare that followed. As Lincoln's transformation and combat record make clear, its air-wing and electronic warfare capabilities form the next critical layer of naval dominance in contested skies. Advanced air-wing and electronic warfare. The heart of USS Abraham Lincoln's combat power is its carrier Airwing 9, with 75 aircraft ready to dominate the skies and the seas below. At the center of this force are the 10 F-35C Lightning II stealth fighters from Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 314, known as the Black Knights. These jets bring advanced stealth, sensor fusion, and electronic warfare capabilities that redefine strike operations against highly contested enemy environments. But in 2026, stealth is no longer a guarantee of invisibility, especially against Iran's sophisticated radar arrays. Iran's deployment of the Resonance-NE radar system presents a unique challenge. Operating on very high-frequency VHF over-the-horizon wavelengths, this radar can detect aircraft shapes by causing resonance with their wings or tails, theoretically exposing stealth fighters from hundreds of miles away. While this might seem to undermine the F-35C's advantage, detection does not translate into target engagement. The Resonance-NE provides only an approximate range and direction, lacking the precision needed to guide missiles. That gap in precision is where the US Navy's layered sleigh chain kicks in. When the Resonance-NE signals an approaching stealth jet, it attempts to hand over targeting data to high-frequency, fire control radars like those on the S-300 missile system. This is the moment Electronic Attack Squadron 133, the Wizards, enters the fight. Flying EA-18G Growlers equipped with the ALQ-249 next-generation jammer, they unleash a digital assault that floods enemy radars with false targets and interference. The jammers don't simply create noise, they execute a precise electronic attack that isolates specific radar frequencies, which renders fire control systems unusable. The Iranian radar operator sees a distant contact that lacks any useful information, which he cannot use to aim missiles at the target. The F-35Cs stay undetected because they operate without radar signals, which would reveal their location. The system uses its advanced sensors to find and track enemy radar signals, which it turns into hunting mode to find the source. The F-35C pilots use their coordinates to launch standoff weapons, which include the JSOW glide bomb, or they use their targeting skills to assist escorting destroyers who launch surface-to-air missiles. The operation destroys enemy radar systems through electronic warfare and networked strike systems, which function as integrated combat systems. The system destroys the enemy's capacity to execute their slay sequence before any missiles are launched. The E-2D Advanced Hawkeye functions as an airborne command and control system that uses the AN/APS-145 radar system to support this advanced technological offensive operation. The system can detect over 1,000 objects within a range of 300 nautical miles, which enables it to guide 75 operational aircraft throughout the airwing while executing combat air patrols and maintaining air dominance for the strike group. The process of managing air operations enables forces to establish air superiority, which leads to their ability to control the entire battle area without facing opposition. The modern sleigh chain operates through a combination of stealth and electronic warfare capabilities, together with sensor systems and precise weaponry, which function as a single unified system. The air wing of the carrier operates through a system that enables its aircraft to achieve full operational capacity by delivering lethal attacks on enemies while simultaneously disrupting their defense mechanisms and managing their ability to receive intelligence. The United States Navy uses this operational synergy. which enables the Lincoln to execute military missions in environments controlled by enemy forces. As formidable as its Airwing is, the carrier strike group's survival depends on a layered defense system that protects it from the very missile and boat swarms it aims to neutralize. The next layer of defense builds on this lethal offensive capability: defensive shield and missile intercepts. USS Abraham Lincoln never sails alone. It is escorted by 3 Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, forming a powerful defensive shield designed to make Iranian missile attacks tactically irrelevant. These destroyers are equipped with nearly 300 vertical launch system cells, each carrying a mix of missiles tailored to the Middle Eastern theater. This missile arsenal includes Tomahawk cruise missiles for long-range precision strikes, SM-3 interceptors designed to destroy ballistic missiles mid-flight, and SM-6 missiles for long-range air defense and anti-ship engagements. This layered missile network operates through the Cooperative Engagement Capability, known as CEC, which links radar and fire control systems across the ships. This networked approach enables one ship's radar to guide another's missiles, creating overlapping coverage and extending the defensive perimeter well beyond individual vessel capabilities. In essence, the strike group acts as a single, integrated platform rather than separate ships. Iran's strategy relies on overwhelming these defenses through saturation. Coastal batteries may fire dozens of missiles simultaneously, while fast attack boats swarm the area, hoping to slip through layers of fire. But the CEC system quickly classifies each threat, calculates trajectories, and prioritizes interceptions automatically in seconds after launch. Missiles like the SM-3 climb to space at speeds exceeding Mach 4, using kinetic energy to destroy threats without explosives, a method often described as hitting a bullet with a bullet. Intercepts are high in number and efficiency. 40 Iranian missiles can vanish from radar screens in seconds, destroyed well before posing any danger. Though a fraction of missiles might potentially slip through, they pay a heavy price. Launch sites and command hubs that activate become immediate targets for retaliation strikes, potentially wiping out Iran's entire coastal defense infrastructure in a single operation. This calculated exchange is the essence of deterrence by math, where Iran's planners must weigh the consequences of launching missile salvos against nearly certain destruction of their assets. Each day they choose not to fire reflects an understanding that they cannot match the strike group's integrated firepower and rapid response. The defensive shield protects the carrier's lethal Airwing, enabling it to operate without the constant threat of being sunk. Presence alone becomes a formidable challenge to Iranian strategies designed to deny access to this vital waterway. This balance of offense and defense underpins the shift from Iran's anti-access doctrine to American sea control. Where Iran aims to block and overwhelm, the Lincoln strike group breaks through, maintains freedom of navigation, and enforces deterrence through overwhelming capability. With such defense locking down the strike group, the strategic calculations for both sides fundamentally change. Committing forces becomes a question not only of tactical ability, but of survival and economic consequence. The combination of this advanced Airwing and impenetrable shield transforms not just naval tactics, but the entire geopolitical landscape of the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. Strategic impact on the Persian Gulf. The deployment of the USS Abraham Lincoln to the Persian Gulf significantly alters the region's strategic landscape, particularly regarding the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow passage, just 21 miles wide, carries 20% of the world's oil, 21 million barrels daily. Iran has long attempted to control this vital choke point with an anti-access/area denial strategy, utilizing missiles, fast attack boats, and naval mines. The arrival of the Lincoln, however, changes this dynamic. Iran's strategy relies on concealment and saturation. By hiding missile launchers in mobile, dispersed locations and launching waves of missiles and boats, Iran seeks to overwhelm defenses. The Lincoln's carrier strike group counters both tactics. The F-35C, Lightning II jets are not only strike fighters, but also serve as intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance platforms. Operating stealthily in contested airspace, they locate and track Iran's missile sites without being detected, stripping away Iran's ability to surprise. The F-35C and E-2D Hawkeye radar system provides commanders with real-time targeting information which allows them to launch preemptive strikes that eliminate threats before they can reach either the strike group or commercial shipping. Super Hornet squadrons attack missile sites, command centers, and coastal defenses located deep inside Iranian territory, which forces Iranian military planners to decide between protecting their assets or watching their entire military infrastructure face destruction. The military protection in the region establishes a deterrent effect because it prevents Iran from successfully closing the strait, while its missile and command systems suffer permanent damage after their first attempt to close the strait. Iran still maintains the ability to disrupt shipping operations, but its capacity to endure a complete counterstrike has suffered major reductions. The Lincoln possesses strategic value because its operational capabilities combine with its superior technological abilities. The floating fortress carries 5,000 American sailors and aviators, which enables it to protect global energy supplies while maintaining freedom of navigation through essential oil transportation routes. The Pentagon sent the Lincoln veteran aircraft carrier to this mission because its combat capability and advanced systems make it suitable for this operation. The ship's motto, which states, "Shall not perish," now represents a commitment to protect global economic stability and essential trade routes. The Iranian government sees the Lincoln as a straightforward situation because its extended presence will create greater expenses for them to expand military operations. The Iranian decision-making process receives immediate support from the overwhelming military display, which creates a situation where they must rethink their potential regional conflict escalation plans. The Lincoln presence functions as a military operation that creates strategic impact by transforming regional power relations and establishing peace through its unassailable military strength. The USS Abraham Lincoln's rapid redeployment underscores how advanced technology, combat experience, and strategic urgency converge to protect global stability. This carrier is more than just a ship. It's a symbol of freedom and security in one of the world's most volatile regions. If you found this insight into naval power compelling, be sure to like and subscribe for more stories where strategy and cutting-edge defense take center stage. And don't miss the next video on your screen. It's another deep dive into the strategic moves shaping today's world.